What's up, folks? You are tuned into the Failing Frequency. I am Ethan.
And I'm Mike.
And we are here today, beaming into your screens to discuss this week's Star Trek related news, from birthdays to Vegas to commercialism to UFOs to this week's brand new episode of Star Trek Lower Decks Grounded.
And if you want to jump to the episode and miss all our fantastic news discussion, there are time codes, where time codes normally sit.
But why would you?
Why would you?
We're so
Fools.
charming.
Yeah.
How you doing, Mike?
I'm good. How's yourself?
Nah, I'm tired.
You're tired?
Yeah, man. I'm a humble man. I'm a simple man. I'm a working man. And
Man of the
getting
earth.
older. I'm going to be 32 in a couple of months. The past few weeks have been very physically taxing. I need to maybe look for work that involves much more being sat down.
Yeah.
Or laid down. Pillow
Ideally,
tester.
asleep. Yeah.
Asleep would be great.
Yeah.
But I mean, asleep would be ideal. But then there is no matter what job I've got, there will always be the voices.
They're always there. They're
always there.
I've been tired this week. I messaged Ethan earlier in the week, and I thought it was the start of September. I was so sure that it was about September the 2nd. I was like, right, gonna have to do this recording early this week. I'm miles off, obviously. We are 2 whole weeks away.
Man.
No, I'm here. What am I doing?
Mate, listen, let me tell you something. As someone with ADHD, that's how I live my life.
Yeah.
I've just stopped keeping track of dates.
What are dates anyway?
What are dates?
I'll
tell you what, that's actually a beautiful segue.
Oh, we timed them. This isn't lined up, but this is perfect.
It's like we're working a muscle.
Yeah,
it's like we're doing good work with a muscle. So first up in Trek news, and I'm sad that I missed it last week. But time blindness. I never know what date it is. I rarely know what day of the week it is. I generally stop keeping track. But the day after we recorded last week's episode, on Friday the 19th, it was Jonathan Frakes' birthday.
Ooh.
Woo!
Happy birthday, boy.
Happy birthday, man. It's nice.
How old is he? How old is the ancient
he's
guy?
70.
Oof.
He's a 70-year-old man. And 70 years fun.
He doesn't look 70, to be fair to him, I suppose.
He's spry.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's all that just smiling.
Yeah.
It just keeps him young.
That smile,
Yeah, man. He just smiles all the time, and it just keeps him going.
Yeah.
But I think in honor of his birthday, even though it's a week late, I would like to do a Riker maneuver. But I've got quite a high chair. Yeah. So give me a second.
Will we have to do the second half of this episode, or the whole of this episode, from the hospital room? Oh, look at that. Very good. Very good. Now you have to do it in reverse to get off.
Was it good?
It was good.
Was it good?
I like the sound of everything falling around you as you did it.
Thanks. That was done practically.
Was it? There was no special effects.
Practical. Yeah, that was all practical effects. Yeah. So yeah, happy birthday, Frakes.
Happy birthday, Frakes. Important not only in his role as Riker, but for all his directing the second or third best film, depending on how you vote.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
I think that's fair.
And still directing Trek to this day. Over on, I think he's got a Strange New Worlds coming up, but he's directed a episode of every live action Trek, other than TOS and Strange New Worlds, which he'll do this season coming.
Yeah. He certainly has contributed some of the best Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah. But realizing that about Jonathan Frakes' birthday. I was like, when was it? Because I only just found out about it today, and then I looked and I saw when it was, and it was like, oh, it's fucking last Friday. I'm like, who else is whose birthday's coming up? Whose birthday have I also missed? And on the same day as Jonathan Frakes' birthday, not advertised, Diana Muldaur, Dr. Catherine Pulaski, and William Marshall, who played Dr. Daystrom. Yes, and when she was she was great in TOS.
Lovely.
They are on the same day.
Ooh.
August the 19th. They share a birthday. And then a couple of days later, on August the 21st, last week, it was
Sunday.
Kim Cattrall's. On a Sunday, it was Kim Cattrall's birthday.
Ooh, lovely.
Man. I think I'm like a which one was she?
Was she Charlotte? No, she was Samantha, wasn't she?
I'm such a Samantha.
Yeah. Was she Raphael? I can't remember.
I think she's Michelangelo.
She
She's Michelangelo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are you?
I think I used to be Michelangelo. Now I'm whatever. What's the blue nerd one?
Donatello.
Yeah, I reckon I'm Donatello nowadays, unfortunately. How age creeps up.
So that makes you Carrie. No, Samantha.
Samantha can't be Donatello.
That's not. Wait a minute. I just typed in Ninja Turtles, Sex in the City. This is risky. You're fucking Charlotte.
I'm Charlotte.
I'm Samantha.
Okay.
You're Charlotte. I'm Samantha.
Okay.
All right. Yesterday, it was Jennifer Lean's birthday. Cass. I hope she's okay. Is she alive still?
I think she is. I don't know if she's alive outside of the prison system.
I was going to say, is she in prison?
Yeah.
I don't know. And on the 28th, so this Sunday, it's Gates McFadden's birthday.
Oh, lovely.
Happy birthday.
The dancing doctor.
Yeah, man. I bet she has a fucking space cookie and a fat doobie.
Yeah.
And there's a few more, but whatever. There's two.
I can imagine that a few more is Ensign Kim, Garrett Wang, constantly being skipped out.
We got Jeffrey Coombs and some other people coming up in the next couple of weeks. September the 11th has two, and I'm gonna leave it. We'll keep it as a 9/11 surprise as to whose birthday it is.
Two things happening on 9/11. You know.
Yeah.
What a surprise.
Three, because there's two birthdays, and then the other thing.
Yeah. Ooh. That reminds me. Look how well I can mesh this together, mate. Ninja Turtles 2, the remakes. The second one came out on September 11th and had a poster that had a building falling down. So there was a poster from Ninja Turtles 2 with a building falling down, because it's Michael Bay, obviously. That was like, September 11th, yay!
Ballsy.
Yeah.
Ballsy.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I've just seen something. It was on a different page because it's got a weird thing. It was Gene Roddenberry's birthday on the same day as fucking Frakes and Muldaur's.
Really?
Yeah, on August 9th. On August 19th. But
that's how you got the job at Trek, really. You had to have the same birthday.
Yeah,
so
man.
Many of them.
And be tall or hot. So yeah, those are some Star Trek birthdays.
Excellent.
Yeah. So next bit of news, next bit of Star Trek bullshit. There's going to be a Star Trek set tour in Ticonderoga, New York.
Yeah.
They're replacing the TOS set with a.
I don't think it's a replacement, is it? It's just an add-on.
Is it an add-on?
Yeah. So for a couple of years now, since about 2019 to 2020, they built a very high quality reproduction of at least the TOS bridge, but I think one or two other rooms as well.
A couple of hallways.
Yeah. And since then they've been like, right, we're gonna put the money in, reinvest it, and build the TNG sets. So a lot of the TNG sets, same high quality stuff. You can still see screw heads, it's still TNG, but we're going to build them. And they've even said in the future they might get round to 1 or 2 DS9s. But cool. from everything I've heard from set visits to there, it is exceptionally good, and you can get toured around by the guy who made it and all that, which sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it looks great. It looks like that. It looks like that flat that guy had.
Yeah.
Ticonderoga, New York. I love that name.
Yeah. There was a ship, because I know on Star Trek Armada 2 or 1 or whatever one, it'd be like Ticonderoga standing by. Ticonderoga doing this. Yeah. Next time I have any time in New York and I have time to go to upstate New York, which is fucking miles away, to Ticonderoga, I will try and book it in to see.
Oh yeah, yeah. Next time I'm in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a fun little story in a cheeky little interview. Armin Shimmerman was asked if he'd be down for returning to Star Trek, and he says, "Yeah, he'd be up for it. Wouldn't that be sweet?"
It would. It would.
Bring back Quark, man.
Yeah.
He said, the answer is yes, I would happily do it. I would not do a series regular again. I would not undergo that makeup for another 7 years. I can't live that long. But for a guest star or to do what they're going to do, blah, 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 blah. But they'd have to pay me like they paid Michael Dorn.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to... I'd be surprised if he's actually going to come back live action, but I can see him through animation. I can see him in Lower Decks this season, never mind. Considering they're going to DS9.
Yeah. Interesting what you said about Michael Dorn.
Yeah.
They must have... I'm guessing Michael Dorn has been mentally preparing for this for, fucking 20, 25 years. But
also I think there was when Dawn came onto DS9, he was paid he'd come off 7 seasons and had just done a movie, whereas Armin Shimmerman was paid as a guest actor for the first couple of seasons of DS9 anyway.
Yeah, didn't turn out that way though, did it?
No. And we're all the better for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Star Trek's going to be bringing out some more bloody wine. We're getting some Chateau Picard. We're getting some Ricean Rosé. We're getting some fucking Ricean white wine. We're getting a
stole from Rice.
Chateau Picard with the metal thing.
Okay.
Which you can buy. I've seen people selling on eBay. And people also 3D printing them. So my guess is it's claret, maybe a cheap Cab Sav.
I don't get why people buy it other than for the bottle.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what it is.
Prop. Yeah. And as a reminder now, that vineyard has dead people, dead Borg buried in it. So if you're buying into you're drinking the wine from that vineyard. If you're trying to cosplay as that, you're drinking dead Borg part wine.
Yeah, I bet it's good. So there's this Ricean wine though that's it comes in interesting bottles, spacey sci-fi movie TV bottles, which is fun.
Okay.
Stupid bottles like you always see in sci-fi. They'll be drinking something in a stupid bottle. They'll be pouring it into a stupid glass.
I'll put the images up here of stupid bottles.
$110.
Never mind.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
You can order fucking 3D printed Chateau Picard labels on Etsy.
Especially if it's just the bottle that looks like a normal bottle. If you're going to get one of the spiral ones for Canar or whatever, then maybe, if you've got money to burn. But why would you for just a normal shaped bottle?
Nah.
Ridiculous.
No, thanks. Nice try, though.
Yeah.
Nice try, capitalism.
Try again next time.
So the next news today is the first day of the 56-year mission, Las Vegas Star Trek convention. Bally's Hotel and Casino, Las Vegas, Nevada.
I'm
Creation
pissed off because I'm
Entertainment
supposed to be there
presents-
a month. As this is released, I'm supposed to be there a month today for work. And I'm like, why couldn't you just send me a month earlier? Why couldn't I just sneak into track? But we've got some fun stuff over there as of today, don't we?
Oh, we do. So tonight, if you've got tickets to this event, you will be enjoying a dinner and comedy evening with Tig Notaro. The multi-talented Tig Notaro will be performing a comedy show for our Thursday night dinner party, exclusive to Gold Convention patrons only. So it's a dinner evening, dinner and a show.
Dinner and a show, Vegas style.
Sounds classy.
Yep. And her comedy routine will add up to longer than she's had in all her scenes on Discovery.
Yeah, probably. She does talk very slowly.
Yeah.
There's going to be a presentation honoring Ricardo Montalban. There's going to be a screening of Garrett Wang's documentary. Come meet the production
My
team
Life as an Ensign
from 455 Films, along with Voyager's Garrett Wang, to get an update on the progress of the Voyager documentary, along with a glimpse of what has been shot so far. So basically, they're just going to talk
Voyager.
about it.
Yeah,
and they're going to show some clips.
Yeah, and that DS9 one was very good.
It's so good.
Haven't seen it.
It's so good. Speaking of the DS9 one, on Sunday night, the gentleman that opened What We Leave Behind, Max Grodenchik, Casey Biggs, Jeffrey Coombs, and Vaughn Armstrong will be performing, doing some a cappella jazzman Vegas-y shit.
Vegas, baby.
Honestly, this all sounds like quite like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Tonight,
I wonder if is Vic Fontaine not singing? Did we not see?
Man, I think he's like fucking 1 foot in the grave, bro.
Is he?
Okay. Yeah. All weekend, Chase Masterson, who plays Lita in Star Trek Deep Space Nine, will be hosting various events at Jimmy's Place Bar and Cafe. So she's just going to be like hosting some nights. Do a quiz, a raffle.
See how many Dabo girls are around with her.
She'll be hosting Dabo. That'll be fun.
Dabo.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Tonight, also, if you're in the area, you can be treated to a karaoke evening with Dominic Keating and Connor Trenier, otherwise known as Reed and Trip from Star Trek Enterprise, for free.
Well, who'd be paying for it? Is the question.
A free karaoke evening with Trip and Reed.
Yeah.
But of course, tomorrow night, it's Friday night, where you can be treated to another free karaoke evening with Anthony Montgomery or Mayweather from Enterprise.
Yeah.
All on his own. He could probably
Mr.
handle
Boomer.
it on his own. Yeah, man. Doesn't that all sound like fun?
It sounds like fun, especially if it's free.
It's free.
I don't know if I'd pay for a lot of those karaoke
nights. So you're saying that on Friday morning at 9 a.m. you wouldn't be down for paying $60 for a yoga class with Mary Chifo?
No. Not a yoga person anyway, and 60 pounds or dollars seems rather expensive for a bit of a yoga session.
Maybe she's doing Klingon yoga. Maybe she's doing Klingon. Maybe she's doing like that Klingon yoga that fucking Worf was doing.
Yeah.
So have you seen Mary Chifo's Klingon metal track?
I haven't.
It's fucking sick.
It's amazing. Like Discovery Season 1, they could barely speak through the prosthetics, so everything was very labored. All the Klingon was like, "To, he, ha."
That's why they got theater actors. They know how to
but,
enunciate and project, and they know how to use their facial muscles.
But then you get this, and she sounds like she's actually speaking without the trouble of it.
Yeah, man. It's like fucking Liv Tyler and Elvish all over again. But yeah, man, this honestly, this looks like so much fun. There's all sorts of other shit going on. They're doing science talks, science panels with science people.
Nerds.
That he's got doctor and a PhD on his name. This person looks like they're piloting a helicopter, which makes me think they're probably kind of a douche. But yeah, there's all sorts of shit going on. Man, medical ethics in Star Trek with John Billingsley.
I mean, he did genocide a planet or genocide a people.
So he would know.
Oh, we don't want to step in the way of evolution.
Yeah. Listen, like in terms of the balance, I'll be on this side of the stage.
Yeah.
And this is like
I'll be on the not genocide.
This is the
side.
worst. Yeah, I'll be over here. Like we'll make sure that everyone knows where good medical ethics are on the scale of genocide to a cuddle.
Yeah.
So interesting. Little bit of a little sneak peek into the next series of Star Trek Picard. Terry Matalas talking about Brent Spiner's character, which I found quite interesting. Brent's character is specifically tied into the plot and the mythology in ways that if you were to show a poster, you would have 1,000 more questions. And I think you want to earn it. This sounds like Donald Trump. You would have 1,000 more questions. And I think you'd want to earn it.
Yeah.
But he plays a new old character. He plays a new old character that you have seen and have never seen before. It's, we think, a great way to do this that honors what has come before yet treads new ground. So what do you reckon?
I think he is an android of some sort. And obviously he's another reborn Data, or he's Lore.
Data.
Or he's Data.
Yes.
Data or Data. One is my name.
Info.
Info
Wars.
He's B5 or B9 because B4 was originally called
B9. That's good. B9.
Well, that's what the original name was, and they changed it.
That's funny.
Stupidly, yeah.
B9.
You know, he was in a drawer in Picard, but maybe they can resurrect him.
Yeah, man. They're probably gonna, you reckon, de-aging, I reckon, maybe.
Yeah.
It means he doesn't have to wear all the makeup; he just has to wear dots.
They put him in makeup anyway for Picard season 1, didn't they?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, because they didn't de-age him very well. Like classically, like all these fan efforts, like half an hour after the trailer came out, were just like, "Here's it fixed. Here's his hairline fixed."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be. I don't know. We could be thinking about it wrong. Could be Soong. Could be.
But how is that a new old character? Because we know there is a Soong in that time period. There's the son that we'd never heard about that appeared in Picard season 1, like Arnott or Aaron or some shit name.
Could be that guy.
But that's not a mystery. So why wouldn't you just release?
And he wasn't interesting.
No. Yeah.
Brent Spiner played him very well. Brent Spiner was on the screen, and I did not give a fuck.
Yeah.
And then immediately after, Data was on the screen, and I was like, "It's Data!"
Yeah. That dude is just like a waste. So he's not playing just a human character because they'd just be like, "Oh, people are going to think it's Arnott or Aaron or Arnold."
Maybe they're going to bring back Data in a golem human body, and they're going to like.
They could say
you can grow old and die as a human, and he's going to be like groovy.
That's what they should have offered him anyway. When him and Picard were like chatting together, and he's like, "Oh, if I don't die, things aren't beautiful because they last forever, like a butterfly. Things are beautiful because they have a lifespan and stuff like that. Picard should have been like, I tell you what, I can go into a golem body. This machine still works. We'll just print you out another one. We'll get you ready to go in a human-ish body.
Yeah, man. We can make it fully functional.
Yeah, you can find. We can even print off like a replica of Tasha Yar, and you guys can like.
Yeah, you can go off and have like disgusting, unnatural demon spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's a stupid news story, and it's a stupid way to hide a poster, really.
Yeah.
Because it's one of two things. It's a human.
It's not gonna be like it's not gonna raise a million questions because everyone's just gonna go, oh, it's that person.
Yeah. The only way it's gonna raise a million questions is if they fuck up the story and it's like, wait, why is this happening? Like,
yeah,
what's happening here?
Oh, and then just data
fanboys will rant. Sounds fun. I'm looking. I didn't particularly like season 1 of Picard. I thought season 2 was worse, but I'm still open-minded about season 3. I look forward to it anyway.
Cool. In seemingly unrelated news, but you will see how this tangentially relates to Star Trek. MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network, had their first conference in a while a few days ago. That's where a bunch of ufologists got together and started talking about fucking UFOs and shit. They're a funny bunch of the MUFON. I've met some people that are in MUFON. They're a fun bunch. They're a set of fucking. And look,
it's a shame they can't just move on from their beliefs and just
no. Instead they move on from their families.
Yeah.
My experience with the MUFON people is that they are certainly singularly focused. They also had a talk with filmmaker Caroline Corey about her new documentary that she's been making, Tear in the Sky. She's chasing Tic Tacs. She's chasing Tic Tacs. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about, Tic Tac? Apparently she found some. Anyway, I'm just sending you a link to the trailer for Tear in the Sky. If you just want to play it, about 6 seconds in, you'll see how this relates to Star Trek.
What is that? Nobody knows. The phenomenon.
It's Shatner face.
He will do absolutely anything.
Yeah, man.
It's somewhat like Janeway, who got herself onto a flat Earth documentary. But Shatner, one of his latest TV shows was for a Russian network that was just like misinformation network or whatever. And it's like, Jesus Christ, man, have some semblance of what you're doing and try and correct it. He annoys me so much.
Well, the filmmaker Caroline Corey talks about how she got him, and
I had money.
Yeah, literally, like so it is a paid appearance, but it is it's funny.
Yeah.
So yeah. That's it for our for the latest installment of Shatner Face.
Yeah.
He certainly did shatten her face.
Yeah. The man will pay anywhere for money. If you have the right amounts, it's like the A-Team, but instead of if you're in trouble or whatever, or if it's a righteous cause, it's just like he will appear if you have enough cash. And as a reminder, this guy is like 90. This guy could retire and very much live happily and die without a single monetary issue ever in his life.
Yeah, man. With that fucking horse sperm he got, like he could be living off that horse sperm for fucking the rest of his days.
Yeah. He's signed enough like postcards. He doesn't need to do any more of this.
Yeah,
But
well
he's just
now,
so happy to appear and have his face somewhere.
now he's putting his face to something worthwhile. The search for
UFOs.
extraterrestrial life, not out there, but right here.
Yeah, they walk among us.
Fucking thanks. I've got
a piece of news.
You've got a surprise for me.
I've got a piece of news, and it is from a clickbait site that I'm not going to give it its a real name, so I'm going to call it Large Abnormal Automation. So try and work that one out.
Large Abnormal Automation. Oh yeah, those guys. Yeah, whatever.
Those Egypts. So they've got a source on the inside. On the inside of.
Oh, do they?
Do that? Yeah. Do they is the question.
Is it
do
a
they
tiny?
have anyone?
Is it a tiny freaking robot crawling around like in Transformers?
Yeah, but their source tells them that we know there's a couple of Trek TV shows in pre-production at the moment. Apparently, there's one in the Kelvin universe that's in.
Oh, we've been now.
Well, how do you gauge this validity of a story?
I see this story the same way I see like when a local loony walks into the bar and doesn't buy anything but just kind of does like a round of saying hi to everyone in the bar before leaving.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, all right. Thanks. All right. Bye now.
Shake hands, goodbye.
Okay, bye. Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah. My initial thought was, I don't trust when the official sources say they've got Starfleet Academy, the TV series, or Section 31 coming in the next 2 years. No. Why would I trust these guys to say that they've got a Kelvin-verse TV show?
No, I don't trust the sources when they're talking about Kelvin movies. I don't trust them when they're talking about no.
That fourth Kelvin movie that's due out next year hasn't started filming. Those guys probably haven't got a script delivered to them. We know they didn't last month.
Yeah. And like anyway, like why are we even worrying about that when we've still got Quentin Tarantino's Star Trek movie to look forward to? Apparently that was just like a week of him going in, talking to writers and executives, like insisting on his ideas, and then just like quitting after a few days and saying, we're not making this film.
We can't do this. I'm sorry.
Well, I won't budge at all. It's like, well then, the answer to your question of how do I treat this story, my answer is cool story, bro.
Yeah. Cool story. Never going to happen. Yeah. Those guys at Large or Abnormal Automation just really know how to come up with a story that gets the SEO going, don't they?
Yeah, man. Well, that's the news.
But we're going to move and talk about the episode of the week, which we're back on Lower Decks. It's been a year since the last season started, and it feels a bit longer. I don't know about you, but it feels a long time since we were in with this crew.
As we've already discussed today, my concept of time, it's not great. It feels like it was yesterday and like it was an eternity ago. Feels like I've crossed oceans of time in a day to get here.
But what we were going to do is I'll give a incredibly quick rundown of the plot of the episode, because thank God, thank Christ, thank everything, thank whatever religion you have, these episodes are half an hour long rather than an hour.
Beautiful. It's beautiful, isn't it?
I
watched other stuff today.
Yeah.
So what happened?
What happened?
What happened last year? What happened last year?
So as a reminder to the end of last season, Captain Freeman got jailed for blowing up Packlead Planet. They'd already had treaty negotiations on Packlead Planet a couple of episodes before the finale, but at the end of the last season...
Packlead Planet!
Yeah, Packlead Planet. The ship
I love their names for shit.
Didn't have anything to do with Packlead Planet, the finale of last season. The ship was stripped naked and was saving another ship. But Freeman was jailed. So we start this season with a recap of that Freeman's been jailed for blowing up They've got footage of her blowing up the planet. Mariner doesn't trust the court system, the Federation court system, and is going to get the Lower Decks crew together to get proof the captain didn't do it. She goes to gather the team and works out that Boimler has copies of all the senior officer logs recorded, and Rutherford knows where the ship is, so they go to get the ship. They try and transport to the ship, but it's in a secure, you can't transport it, so they go to a transporter facility, and they're going to knock out the security guard, but he's a really kindly old man, so they can't do it. And in any case, there's space slugs or whatever going through space, so they couldn't transport anyway.
Yes,
they've got to go
the
up in a ship.
swarm.
They decide to go to Bozeman, Montana to steal the Phoenix, to travel to the Cerritos. They get to the Cerritos. Boimler's logs aren't professional enough to stand up in court. Most of the team get into a shuttle to go back, but Mariner shoves them off and decides to steal the ship and go find proof for herself. The rest of the team come back, stop Mariner from escaping away with the ship, but Federation security arrive on site. The Lower Decks pretend to be studying the space slugs. Federation security are after, who sent them on this mission when the bridge crew arrive, and with Captain Freeman, who's been released, she says the court system resolved itself. And end of the episode is in the captain's quarters with Mariner. The captain says, okay, here's how we're going to resolve this antagonistic and this freewheeling way you do stuff, by having Ransom, by having you report to Ransom and Ransom follow you closely. Was that quick?
That was about as long as the episode was. Which was short because,
I thought I was doing it so quick, man.
Oh, man, that was good. That was awesome.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Are you short of breath?
I'm exhausted. Trying to shorten but not mess stuff up through the shortening of stuff.
Yeah, man. What did you reckon?
I thought it was a solid episode. I thought it was going to go one way by the trailers and everything like that. I thought it was going to go search for Spock.
Yes.
And the whole stealing of the Enterprise and stuff like that. It really didn't at all. It borrowed more from First Contact than it did anything else. Yeah, it was a reference misdirect. Yeah, very cheeky. Yeah, nice surprise for Jonathan Frakes after his birthday, I reckon. Yes, yeah, and my heart swelled, grew a couple of sizes like the Grinch for everything that was Bozeman, Montana based.
Really. Dude. Nice to go back.
Yeah.
Nice to see that statue.
That statue. Mm-hmm. We've seen it. It's in the background of almost every single Enterprise episode in Captain Archer's quarters. There's a little tiny version of the statue, but now it's nice to see it in all its glory.
Yeah.
What did you think of the episode?
Well, I'm going to answer your question with a question. At any point during the episode, did you laugh out loud?
No.
No, me either. No. It wasn't that funny. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
But it was not funny.
It's sort of the trouble with Lower Decks is that it's promised to be a funny series.
But now it's doing the thing that all comedies do nowadays, which is get serious.
But you say this happens eventually with the Orville, doesn't it? It skips away from comedy and skips away from being whatever, and goes into just being Star Trek light or Star Trek adjacent.
Yeah,
do you think it's better than or worse at doing that for you?
To be honest, I would say that this was like, in terms of like doing Star Trek, this was probably on par with a sort of medium episode of the Orville.
Okay, yeah, I can see.
What was this episode is a perfect microcosm of what everyone says is wrong with modern TV and movies, which is that it's all just references.
Yeah.
There's a lot of references in this episode. You were saying before we recorded that like this is a reference episode, not a comedy episode, and I'd have to agree.
So I put a load of the references. I put a video up before we're filming this on the same channel that is references, links down below again, references of the episode. And I've put every, and then in brackets, probably not every reference from the episode. So God knows there's a good couple.
There's probably a lot. I've got a list here from a reputable.
You're not taking my reputable source. How dare you, sir?
There's sources all over the place, mate.
Yeah.
It's saucy all up in this piece. But yeah, all right episode, but light on the comedy. But yeah, I appreciate some of the references.
I think it's, as people were commenting on the Facebook group, it was nice the Lower Deckers didn't actually solve the issue, because they are Lower Deckers. Like, if you make them the solution to every problem, then it stops being a Lower Deck show and starts being just like these might as well be second deck down or whatever.
Yeah. It is like, it's kind of painting Mariner. Like, Mariner very clearly kind of has main character syndrome.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
She's my least favorite character in Lower Deck.
she's definitely got some flaws.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was quite funny when, like, the closest I came to laughing out loud was the reveal of the of how the captain gets freed from court.
Yeah.
Bringing in Morgan Bateson, Frasier. Yeah, man. Captain Bateson with his tossed salad and scrambled egg. Tuvok.
Yeah.
Cool. Didn't need their voice actors at all. No. They just had their faces.
Apparently not.
Just like,
you wonder what the agreement of that is, where it's like, can we cartoon your eyes?
Use their faces? Can we do that in an episode so heavily padded with references? Let's just cram a couple more in the end.
Yeah. And Batesman has a Akira class ship from First Contact,
which is cool. I like that ship.
Yeah, it's a nice looking ship. Every ship from First Contact's a nice looking ship, but I do like Akira.
We did though get a cool voice cameo from James Cromwell playing a hologram of Zephyr Cochrane, which was cool.
Yeah,
Cromwell's cool, man.
Cromwell's cool. So the whole of Bozeman, Montana, we heard it from Geordie in First Contact. It had been turned into a park of sorts, or a remembrance zone, and there was a statue of Cochrane with his hand up. And we get to see that statue, and we get to go there, and it's an amusement park where there's rides and there's a kids play area. There's First Contact, so First Contact.
Nice.
There's a balloon seller that's selling balloons of the Enterprise and Defiant and the Phoenix. They go on a Phoenix ride. It's all fun stuff.
So, like, obviously, this is a First Contact tribute.
Yeah.
Do the people know about First Contact? As in the events of the film?
Some people know. So, in Enterprise Regeneration, Captain Archer apparently got Cochrane drunk, and he was talking about mechanical men who tried to stop First Contact happening.
Of course, I remember. Yeah.
So some people might know, providing that this obviously happens in the timeline where First Contact got messed up.
Sounds like some conspiracy theory stuff that's probably floating around by the 24th century. Just like,
mechanical men.
Cochrane fucking met the Borg. That's not true. That's not verified.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I totally believe it.
Yeah. So like some people know, apparently. And I imagine anyway, after Picard gets back, he probably has to hand over his logs from what happened.
Yeah.
So everyone in the future of that should know. But they don't reference it at all in this.
Temporal affairs.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of stuff at the start of the episode. Let's start going through some of the references.
Yeah.
So the episode starts with a news piece about Captain Freeman's incarceration, and we get some some references in the little ticker at the bottom.
Yep.
So we got mention of a concert from what's his bloody name?
The
Sonny
Zebulon
Clemens
sisters. Oh yeah,
We got this.
Samuel
We got
Clement.
those sisters. We got Sonny Clemens. Someone got trampled at a Sonny Clemens gig.
So Sonny Clement being the guy who was defrosted in the TNG episode, The Neutral Zone, from apparently 1996, but appeared,
Yeah, man.
He seemed like he was from the 70s. That dude, that country music singer.
There's a London King. The Buffalo Solar Knights have eclipsed the London Kings in the first game of the ELDS. What a fucking travesty!
So the London Kings and the whoever Knights, one of them appeared in the baseball. One of them appeared in the episode of DS9 with Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, great episode.
Yeah. Well, an episode of DS9.
It
is certainly an episode of DS9.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's the episode where Odo says trollop.
Is it?
Yeah.
I love how you've got just that in your memory. Odo says trollop. Wow. We also had Admiral Jellicoe, so from TNG Chain of Command. Jellicoe, who is so hot on 4 shifts.
Mate, I bet he's like a hero. I bet everyone loves.
He did get Picard back,
Yeah, but I bet he went on to do great things.
Yeah. Well, he's an admiral now, certainly. So he's done something right in his life.
What does that mean? Has ordered the Zebulon sisters from appearing on screen.
So they were in Lower Decks. They sang the Choo Choo song in the first season.
So what are they, like the cheeky girls?
Yeah.
And he's banned them from appearing on TV.
Yeah, which does sound like a very Jellicoe thing to do, to be fair. Yeah.
Good man. He's doing good work out there in the Federation.
He is. I mean, it's weird that the Federation can just shut down TV broadcasts. This is a quasi-military just being like, no TV broadcasts.
Like, no. Well, yeah. I think if it's Space Cheeky Girls, he's probably just like, no, no more. Stop it.
There's another Grandmaster of the game, Stratagema.
Oh, cool.
This game.
That one.
Yeah.
Yep. Sweet.
Yeah.
Good for him. I wonder if they've got like a Netflix show about some young girl that plays Stratagema and is an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So we're just going down this list on trekcore.com. Big up trekcore.com.
The next one I think of in order is as I push up my glasses that are on my face. In the opening credits, the Borg battle keeps on getting more intense. So first season it was just versus Borg, Borg and Romulans, and then the Cerritos buggers off. Then it was Borg, Romulan, and Pac-led pirate ships, and now it's Borg, Romulans, Pac-led pirate ships, Klingons, and a crystalline entity. So yeah, there are still crystalline entities around apparently.
Yeah, man, that's funny.
Yeah, I wait.
That made me laugh. That made me lol. That actually did make me lol.
I wait to see like season 10 when there's just like a crystalline entity, a whale probe, V'ger, the Borg, the Romulans, the Klingons, the Pac-Leds.
Yeah, man. God.
Yeah. Then we go to the vineyard. So Boimler is in Picard's vineyard outfit from All Good Things.
Yep.
And obviously
classic future fashion here. We've got double-breasted with no lapel. Classic.
No lapels.
Classic.
And instead of his vineyard making wine that they can sell, that they can merchandise later on. So no doubt they're making raisins, which no doubt someone at Star Trek will start selling raisins in a packet.
Yeah, you just have to
Boimler
go to
raisins
like
on.
a raisin company and say, put Boimler family raisin, put them in these little boxes.
Sell them for
Do they still
100.
do raisins in little boxes? Is that still a thing? Am I old? Are we old?
We're old, unfortunately. Yeah. We're old
Nature's
bastards.
candy.
Nature's.
I like a dried cranberry, man. I'm more of a dried cranberry guy myself.
I'd eat raisins all day if they were actually good for you, and they were, cheap. Cause fucking raisins, man. But Mariner's there, and in my opinion, she's there in Picard's outfit from Insurrection. So the leather jacket,
Yeah, kinda.
top. Yeah.
Just one thing one thing I did think was funny, but again, I did not lol.
Yeah.
Was all these chicks hitting on Boimler and he's just not picking up on it.
Yeah. He's just been straight down the middle, technical raisining,
Yeah.
Leave that in the sun for an extra half an hour. Sort of
He
stuff.
does know how to raisin.
Yeah. He's raising those girls' spirits.
In it. Raising their drawers. Wait.
Yeah.
No, maybe. But yeah. Boimler. Why are they all going fucking mental for him? Whatever. I'm sure
it's a man with confidence.
If he actually looks like Jack Quaid, I'm sure they're all into adorable boys.
Yeah. Well, I say a man with confidence, but anyone with confidence is attractive, and Boimler has confidence when he's on his raisin farm.
Yeah, and Jack Quaid is adorable, so
he is. Then next Easter egg is Cisco's Creole Kitchen.
Yeah, baby, we've got some nice New Orleans jazz playing in the background. Yeah. Hearing them horns playing.
They've got the alligator hanging from the ceiling.
I've got one of them.
Scenes. An alligator hanging from the ceiling.
No, I've got an alligator head.
Oh, very nice.
I got this in Louisiana. My mum's family is from Louisiana and sort of Oklahoma and Mississippi, that area. So yeah, look, you can see all its gross innards and everything. I call him Rango.
Rango.
Yes.
Like the Johnny Depp lizard.
Yes. I think I changed his name a little while ago when I decided I didn't like Johnny Depp, though, but I can't remember what I changed it to.
Yeah.
Let's say Kurt
Connors.
Kurt Connors. The lizard from Spider-Man comics and other media.
Yeah. Next Easter egg, I think, is what Rutherford is in. He's in Jake Sisko's outfit.
Beautiful.
Purple, non-symmetric, asymmetric stuff.
Yeah, man. Love it. You love to see it.
Yeah.
Classic, messed up 90s future fashion that, to be honest, isn't actually far off from where we're at. I've seen some outfits that look like this.
I'd wear it,
Yeah, man.
Fine. Boimler is in Wesley Crusher's final outfit before he leaves the Enterprise, that purple waistcoat.
Yeah, big waistcoat to make him look small.
Yeah. There is the Ketracel white hot sauce.
Yeah, man. What was that, like 13 million Scovilles?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Fucking hell, mate.
Yeah.
Is Ketracel white spicy then? Is that...
Who knows if it's just a branding thing? For all we know, the Dominion in peacetime has just been like, what can we brand and sell to the Federation?
Yeah, maybe.
So then we are at the transporter lab. There's a couple of old transporters from TOS, from TNG and Voyager.
Nice.
I was trying to identify the other ones, and I was just like, this isn't worth
There's so many.
The time.
They're all there. This guy's a transporter nerd.
Yeah. That poor old man.
I know.
When he's offering people like
Werther's originals.
Yeah.
And they're just fucking coming up behind him with a billy club.
Yeah.
Boom. repeatedly, apparently.
Sweet old man. Sweet old
dear.
man.
I kind of think of that as sort of a reference to Boothby. You know, the nice old man. They were gonna go do a search for Spock, Uhura.
Messing
up a
put
guy,
the young
but
guy
they
in the
ended up
closet.
Yeah, but they ended up doing a Boothby in the garden scene.
Yeah. Now, I don't think I'm completely mad. I think this episode has a stupid flaw in it.
Which is?
Okay, so outside that transporter facility, there are shuttles. Because when they're outside looking at it, there are shuttles that they are crouched behind. And they decide, after they can't use the transporters, no, we're going to have to steal a ship to get up to the Cerritos. So we're going to go to Bozeman, Montana, and steal a replica of the Phoenix. Why not just take a shuttle that's just outside? It's just outside.
That's not cool.
I know it's not cool and we don't get the references. And because it's a better show than like one or two of the shows, let's say, where you go like, this doesn't make sense, you know, you stupid idiots.
Well, maybe it was a quicker option than going and signing for a shuttle.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just like, I've got to go fucking sign for it. It'd be quicker if we just beam us to Montana and we just fucking twalk that shuttle.
Yeah.
Twalk is a British slang for taking without owner's consent. It's a term for Grand Theft Auto.
So then we go to Bozeman, Montana for the first contact, like theme park. There is, as we were saying before, there's the Enterprise, the Phoenix, the Defiant balloons. There's a first with TH contact. There's the bar that only plays one song, which is Oogie Boogie.
Sounds like living hell.
Yeah, there is the Vulcan ship that is now a play area. So it is a good little place to go, and they all get James Cromwell first contact hats. So Cochrane hats.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Those hats are kind of cool.
Yeah. You know, if I was going to bother to cosplay for any event, I think you could get away with post World War III James Cromwell.
Yeah, man.
That tall bastard of man. Then we go into a replica of the Phoenix, and Gavin comes along. I did find Gavin a bit funny, I will say. This guy who's just tagged along for their mission.
Yeah, and they're just like, right, well, I guess he's here now.
Yeah. In like typical theme park stuff where it's like, oh no, there's a free seat in this ride.
There's a family
Single
and then
riders.
one rando.
Yeah. So I did find that like half amusing.
Yeah.
We get Steppenwolf Magic Carpet Ride.
Yeah, man.
Ride up.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Tune.
I like to me.
Down. Fucking yeah, mate. Love that shit.
We can't sing it too well because obviously we'll be taken down.
Yeah, but we do that like that funky guitar.
So they get up. Then it is, I think the next Easter egg is Regular One. There's a Regular One star station that's looking out for ships on the move. They see the Cerritos going when it shouldn't be. The guy's playing 3D chess.
Classic.
Then there's Batesman, as we said, the Akira, as we said, the Mind Meld, which is pretty much the Spock mind raping Kim Cattrall.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Questionable ethics, but
yeah,
Tuvok is no stranger to questionable tactics.
He's not. I was trying to find episodes for him for the Easter egg video of like times he'd done
with no clips on YouTube.
No, I'm connecting to the hard drive with every single episode on, unfortunately. But I was like, okay, other than Sutner, I don't think he mind rapes anyone.
No.
Other than the Sutner episode.
Which is good. Which is a good thing.
It's good not to mind rape people.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Endorsed.
Yeah. That's our official stance. That's the Failing Frequencies official stance on mind rape. Don't do it.
Bad. Mind rape, no.
What else we got? So we had Bateson. I will say, the thing that came to my mind, Bateson's ship in Cause and Effect, the Bozeman.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
His
Akira class didn't have a name on. I was trying to CSI pinch and zoom to find a name, but it didn't have a name.
Man, I'd love to get some more Frasier in Star Trek.
Do you know? So Memory Beta, sort of down the track of Memory Beta. Do you know what he did? Memory Beta style after he got back into the.
I remember reading once that in the books, him and Riker had a conversation about beards.
Did they?
Yeah, they have a conversation about, they're talking about the beards, like, oh, mine's like this, and he's like, mine's like this, and they go, yes, and beards, yes, oil, talking about oils, probably.
So he was the original captain of the Enterprise E. He was taking it out for, I believe, so correct me if I'm wrong.
E, so after
the Sovereign.
After the D, right, the Sovereign one. I like that ship.
So he was taking it out for okay, let's see if this ship runs properly.
Shakedown
cruise. And then the D crashed and they took the E from him and handed it over to Picard.
Dick move.
Fuck you.
Dick move.
Yeah.
Not cool.
So I always.
But it's all right. They gave him that big fucking Akira class bastard.
Yeah.
Those things are cool.
Akira class is still a cool ship.
I like
someone who's in a Miranda.
Yeah, man. It's got the downward nacelles, kind of like a Miranda, but they kind of look a bit more like it's kind of got more the shape of like a bird of prey, or the D7 Klingon cruiser. You know, I like it. I like the Akira class.
Yeah. But I think that's it for the references or Easter eggs for the episode.
Just looking on Lower Decks on Trek Core. It's in the opening. Yeah, it's in the opening franchise thing. So like the Star Trek universe bit.
Yeah,
you can see a koala in a nebula.
Okay. So there was an episode of Lower Decks with koala as part of the afterlife, wasn't there?
Yep. The some sort of fifth dimensional being going on.
Yeah. And an afterlife for some religion. So it appears you go to your religion's heaven or hell.
Yeah.
Klingons go to their religion.
Well, it's kind of not. It's kind of painted like that guy who ascended. Like when he became one with the universe, he saw the koala. Shaq saw the koala.
Did Shaq see the koala?
Shaq saw the koala.
Went up the dark hill, didn't he?
Someone mentioned the koala, and he freaked out. He was like, "Don't mention the fucking koala." So yeah, it turns out that whatever the koala is, that's actually the secret of the universe. So it goes prophets, Q, koala.
But yeah, do you think so? Here's a question for you that I think with a lot of Lower Decks. Would this work for you as an episode if you hadn't seen First Contact?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I think that this. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, no, I think that this episode is so heavily padded with references that like you have to be a Trekkie to enjoy this episode.
Yeah.
Full on.
Like,
and I don't just mean like. I mean, like you need to have seen a lot of Star Trek to get most of this episode.
Yeah. Which is weird, as I say, like that whole Bozeman, Montana bit could have been skipped.
Yeah. You'll have had to have seen Search for Spock, First Contact, TNG, Cause and Effect, some Voyager, last series of Lower Decks.
I reckon you can get by with not knowing who Batesman is.
Yeah, but
not knowing who Frasier is.
Yeah, but to get everything, I mean.
Oh yeah, to get everything.
Like to get everything, you would have to.
You're going to have a much better time.
And I mean, like we have, like we got everything.
Oh, we got everything. Yeah. Like, we didn't miss a single thing.
Like we got everything, but like, I mean, we might have missed stuff, but like the stuff that we caught, we were like, oh, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like.
It does make me
like
think
you have to be like do a Star Trek podcast level of Star Trek nerd to fully appreciate this episode.
Yeah, I think you can get by with this episode with last season. If you understood last season and if you have seen First Contact, you can probably get by. The extra is just icing on the cake, because a lot of people aren't going to know a third season or a second season episode of TNG. The people that you'd think that this was targeted for weren't born then,
Yeah.
We were barely born.
Yeah.
As part of that.
Yeah. One of my earliest memories of life is watching Conspiracy at the care home that my mum used to work at when I was a kid.
Seeing that exploding man has really
it's the scene where like Picard meets the other captains on that planet.
Yeah,
very clear memory.
Okay.
So Pac-led planet, big strong city is the name of their capital city.
Yeah.
It was a fucking false flag.
They pretty much did
It was a false flag.
They did that episode of DS9 pretty much, didn't they? But to themselves.
Yeah.
Instead of blowing up a Romulan commander, they decided to blow up their own city to try and get the Federation to move them.
Mm-hmm. Yep, someone like either Bateson or Tuvok was like, I've seen rules of engagement.
Yeah.
Something smells fishy here.
I've broken into Sisko's logs and seen that he did a false flag on the Romulans. I know what happens here.
Are you looking forward to the rest of this season as much as I am?
I am.
Which is kind of medium.
No, there's one particular episode that I'm really looking forward to from the trailer. There's one episode that seems to be based on the Klingon VHS board game. A cool. Klingon challenge. So I am very much looking forward to that because I want to experience Beige all over. There was many a time where I was playing that as a young lad. So if I can jump back into that, I will be very happy. I'll also try and dig out my board game
on YouTube. I've seen the clips of it on YouTube. Is there a quick game that you can play on that? Because that might be that might be some content.
It's an hour-long game, probably.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that. That'd take us hours. An hour-long game, that'd take us 3 hours.
Yeah. Oh, look at the way we do it, yeah. I don't have the board game with me, obviously. Not in the family home. And I don't know if the family home still has the board game. So, although you can watch the video on YouTube, again, maybe I'll throw a link down below. It's a good little thing where you're watching not Gowron, but the same actor.
Is he not Gowron?
He's not Gowron, and he's something like K-Mech.
That's stupid.
And he steals the Enterprise D, but you're a Federation, you're a group of Federation people left on it, and you're doing you're going around the board trying to sabotage him from taking it to the Klingon Empire. And every once in a while, he'll pop up on screen being like, no, you who is moving now, stop. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, I love it. It is silly, but I love it.
Yeah.
I love it because it's silly.
Yeah. But are you only lukewarm then on the?
Yeah, I'm kind of lukewarm. Like the moral of this episode, I was kind of like, meh. The whole trust in the system thing.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I don't like that. But
It
I'm
was
looking
either
forward to,
like
it's more that like I was hoping for some comedy. I just watched What We Do in the Shadows and She-Hulk and like enjoyed both of those, and then like Lower Decks was the least funny of the three.
Yeah.
And I would have thought She-Hulk would have been. So
Yeah. And as you say,
that's what I expect.
I don't think the moral was great. It could have probably hit.
Trust in the system.
Well, even
Get
if you
fucked.
Trust in the system was the main moral, but there was this side moral of you're better doing it with friends. So
yeah,
Mariner only realizes that do it with friends. That Boimler has the logs, and they only know where the ship is because of Rutherford, and they only know where, like, they only get past Federation security because of Tendi with the space slugs. And then, you know, when Mariner's crying on the floor, her friends go to comfort her. So there was that half moral, but it wasn't done very well, I don't think.
I hope we explore some more of Mariner's narcissism in this series. I hope that's how she that's probably how she remains in Starfleet. If that is her fate, it will be the apotheosis had from you know working on her working on her main character syndrome.
Yeah, there's kind of like three things as a whole I want from the season character wise, and it's Mariner to improve as a person, because she's mostly the one that not because, you know, I 100% dislike her as a character, but she's mostly the one that drops them in rubbish for no reason. I'd like Tendi and Rutherford to, you know, have some sort of romance, because they've half hit it off for 2 seasons now. And watching the last 2 seasons back over the last couple of days, there seems to be, in a lot of episodes, there's the Boimler and Mariner story as the A plot, and always in the B plot, there's Rutherford and Tendi.
Yeah.
Or B and C, and mix them up more, because, you know, if it's just constantly like that, then it's a bit boring, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, well, we're going to get some Mariner and Ransom stuff, and there's always been a bit of heat there, so they're probably going to hook up, I reckon.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this series pans out.
We'll see. There was related to Lower Decks, and I would have said it up top, but it would have spoiled some of the episode. Have you heard about the Titmouse, Tits and Mouse, t-shirt collection?
No.
So for all of last season, at the very least, they had, per episode, they put out a t-shirt through, you know, a real one, rather than just them being like dodgy. They do one in connection with Paramount related to the episode. And there's one I want from last season, but I can't get because they don't deliver to the UK. And there's one that I'll put up. The one that I want here, which is the Magatu one from last season.
Right.
And the one they had from this year was First Contact Memorabilia, which was another good t-shirt, but I will never be able to get it because they don't deliver outside the US and Canada.
And with that, folks, we bring this week's edition of the Failing Frequency to a close. Mike, how can people find us?
They can find us on at Facebook, in the link below to Mate It So, on your TikTok, link below. If they can subscribe this video, always helps us out and gets us hopefully higher versus Easter egg videos that come out much later than mine do.
Yeah, absolutely. Just
those bastards. Yeah.
So line cutters.
Those bloody bastards. But everything in links below, of course.
Yeah. The moral of this week's episode of Lower Decks was, of course, to trust in the system, among other things. But that was the main plot moral. Trust in the system. And I suppose in a utopian future where the Federation has everyone's best interests at heart, it's probably a good idea to trust in the system. But we don't live in the future. We don't live in the Federation. We live in the real world, motherfuckers. Do not trust the system. The system does not have your best interests at heart, okay? We live in a society, okay? Okay, a society that is built on keeping large groups of people in certain mindsets that keep them in certain levels of society. Class warfare is an eternal struggle. Never forget, do not trust the system.
And on that,
live long and prosper, dumbasses.
And peace and long life, double dumbass.